Hello and welcome to our very first Home Time Art Challenge YouTube edition. Today, in honor of National Reading Week, I thought it would be fun for us to make a crayon printmaking bookmark. So, if you were in art club last week, we did this as kind of an early finisher activity, just the technique. Now we're going to go one up it with some bookmarks. So, supplies, you need paper, crayons, scissors, glue, or tape. Optional, you can have a hole punch, packing tape, and yarn or ribbon. So, first step, go crazy and draw some swirls in kind of a bookmark shape, so tall and skinny. Fun fact, when I was a young kiddo, this was one of my very favorite boredom buster activities. If I didn't have anything to do, I'd just kind of scribble and color in my design. The idea is to try to make it so like the same color doesn't touch itself. So the blue shouldn't touch the blue, the green shouldn't touch the green. You get the point. You can choose whatever colors you want. You can swirl as much or as little as you want. You are the artist. This is your creation. You make those decisions. I personally chose blue, orange, and green, and that's just because I thought they looked fun together and they were kind of at the top of my crayon bucket. You could also go with more analogous colors, meaning colors that are close to each other on the color wheel. So that would have been like blue, purple, and red. It is totally your decision. You can even just make stripes if you'd like. So here I'm pressing pretty hard, making sure it's covered really well for your printmaking. Remember, crayons break if you press too hard though, so be careful, but broken crayons work just as well, so don't worry if you do. Step 3, you're going to fold your paper over, mark where your design is on the top layer, and get creative, drawing either with a pen or a dull pencil. Here I decided to do hearts and books in honor of National Reading Week. You can tell I'm pressing pretty hard, and I'm also going over my design a couple of times or coloring it in to make sure that it does show up really well. Once you get to a good point, you can kind of open it up, see if it was working. If not, go back and adjust it. I decided mine needed a little bit more pizzazz, so I decided to add a border. And then you'll see when I open up to check this up, my last border did not work. So that's what artists do when we make mistakes. We figure out how to fix them. I just moved that border in. Next, you're going to cut out the crayon colored piece. Try to make it nice and even. You can use a ruler and measure if you really want to make it perfect, or maybe trace a cereal box is a good size for a bookmark. Then you are going to use that crayon piece as a template, kind of trace around it. You'll notice I got a little off, so my printed section was a little big. I just trimmed it until it was about right. Then you're going to glue or tape those together. If you have the supplies, you can cover with packing tape. It makes it a little bit more durable, meaning it'll last longer. Kind of acts like laminating. Mine took 2 layers, you can see. Then I just trimmed right around it. Easy peasies. Try to make sure it's nice and flat around those corners. Then punch a hole at the top if you would like, and string in some ribbon or yarn. I chose yarn and just did a simple knot up at the top so I could fray that top part out. I could have even added more fray if I really wanted to get fancy. Have fun with it. Be super creative. But don't forget that printmaking means you will have a reverse image. So plan ahead if you really want to use letters or symbols that are not symmetrical or need to be facing in a certain direction. If that's the case, you just may end up not being able to use